Hi allihopa! So today we're gonna carve one of these little snowmen. Some of them have noses, some have not. And yeah, you can do as you wish, but I think today I will make one with a little top hat, because I already have these two guys. So let's begin with a 3 times 8 centimeters block of basswood. And yeah, let's begin. I have this little measurement thing, so I like to find the middle, but a bit up on the middle, 5 millimeters up, 5 more. And then we can draw a line like this. Then I want it to slope a bit in the back. Straight over. And then we have lines there and there. So we draw a line from there to there, like so. So this will be the front of the snowman. And if you want a scarf on him, you can always draw. If you have the head like, let's see, we have the head like this, something like that. And then we have the scarf going around the neck. Like that. Then we want it to come over. And we want it to go under, like so. And then we just do it all the way around. Just some guidelines, doesn't need to be perfect. Like so. And then the hat is gonna be carved in like this. It will be a big top hat on this one. Like so. So to begin with, use the V tool and cut around the hat. Just to make things a little bit simpler. Like so. And then we have the, what do you call it, the scarf, halsduk. Something like that, all the way around. I always start at the side, go to the back and the side again, because in the front we will make the top all the way, and then we need to take this one out because it will be over. And then we take this to there, and the one that's going under, something like that. And that's the lines. Then we have the nose and we have the eyes. So let's start with the hat, because it's a bit sloped backwards. I want to take it down a bit in the back, just a little bit, like so. So it doesn't look funny. I take my little bit larger knife and start cutting away the edge. looks a little bit better. You can also use a saw to just saw off this part. It's a bit easier than carve it. But we don't just want the backside to be a little bit lower than the front. Something like that. Don't need to go all the way up, because we're gonna remove a bit and remove the corners. So let's start making the hat. This works a little bit as a stop cut. So you can just pull all the way. Carefully though, so you don't remove this part. We're gonna remove some of it later, but not now. And it becomes a bit easier if you do it symmetrical. So you take that corner, then we go to next. Always start in the bottom. Like so. Because this is so thin, it's quite sensitive, so we need to be careful around that. See here, just even it out so it's a nice bend on the hat. Something like that. Now we have been the whole round, one turn, and then we're gonna take this corner off, all the way down, and this turn this corner off, like so, and then a bit in the front. This the front. And now we get an even hat that is a little bit symmetrical. Not perfect, of course, but it could be worse. Then we're gonna take it in a bit more later. Now we have done the whole turn, so let's just keep rounding it. So now we have a bit to clean off. Let's take it with the tip of the knife. Go around the whole hat. So, and then clean it up a little more in the corners so we get a round hat. like so. Not perfect, but almost there. We see some edges, we can just remove them. Because we're gonna round the rim of the hat later, so the edges is quite important to get a little bit more in than the rest, because we're working with a square piece of wood. Something like that, just even it out. You can of course shape the hat how you want it. Sometimes I do crooked hats when I do my Halloween characters. But on this one I want it to be like little snowman going to a Christmas party, so he's all dressed up. Like so. And then we have up here, we need to make this a bit round. So we take the corner off on all the sides. With the same angle around. And then just take the corners off so it becomes round a bit. Something like that, a little bit rounder. Now we can adjust the top a bit too, because I don't like this rim to be too thick. It's a perfect opportunity to make the slope a little bit more. Like so. Then we take from up here the corners. Just to make it a little bit rounder. Something like that. And now we're going to make the head. Then we're gonna cut like in here, in there, all the way around. Just the corners from the middle to the top of the hat, or to the rim of the hat. Then same here, we up. Now a little bit got lost there, but doesn't matter because we're gonna carve it anyway. So that's why you need to be careful, because it's very sensitive. I can even use a smaller knife. The big one is a little bit clumsy for this, a little bit thick. Like so, and then on the front here. Like so. Turn it around and go down. From the middle to the scarf. And all the way around. Here in the back is a little bit tight, but we manage. Just make small stop cuts so you don't break anything unwanted, like so. And then we take the edge in front, remove all these edges. Like so, and then we have the edges in the bottom, I mean, of course. like so. Now it's more shaped like a snowman, but we need to take all these small corners off. Just make it the same all the way around. Take a corner and the next. So we get rid of all the edges. It doesn't need to be completely round, but don't want it too crude. And then we take the middle part off, middle part off there, and the edges. And sometimes I work a little bit more on the front, so it's quite symmetrical and nice, even. Then we want to just take the front here because we want everything carved, like so. And just clean up a bit. And then we have the back, just make it round. Something like that. And there we have the head. And now we can, because we're done with that, we can take the rim of the hat and just take the corners off. Carefully so we don't take too much. And that one is already gone. And then just make it a bit rounder. Taking the edges. So we are working with a square piece of wood. So it's nothing strange that it is of course gonna be a little bit squared, but we can do our best to round it over. You can of course also make these snowmen from a dowel, something like that. But yeah, now we just even up the rim of the hat, so it's quite even all the way around. And clean up the top here, so we get rid of all the knife marks. And then we can make a little indentation around the rim. Like so. And the hat is done. Almost. We want to take the corners off later when we make the finishing. So now we're gonna take, I forgot a little bit over there, just get rid of that. Like so, and we are going to go from the bottom and up to the scarf to make it not too much, because we don't want to remove too much of that scarf. So go around. We can take all the corner off and front, last one. Like so, all the way around, just round the edges a bit. And then carefully here so we don't take away something we don't want to take away. It's a little bit fiddly in the front. And then now I'm gonna take the V tool and remove. So we got the scarf separated from the body. Something like that. Now we can even take from underneath, so we don't have a really hard edge around. Now we're gonna take out the middle, so we carefully take a knife and just follow the V-cuts, like so. And then this one will go over this one, and this one will go under. So we need to remove the corners. Need to be careful so you do it in the right direction, so you don't take off a big chunk. Something like that, and away. Now we can round it a little bit better. So something like that. Now, when we have come this far, we're gonna remove, make a little bit softer edge on the scarf. Then we're gonna clean it up with the V tool to make a little bit deeper. Like so. And then we take the V tool and just go around to make it, what do you say, protrude a bit more. Something like that. We're gonna do that on the hat too. So we take the edge of the rim of the hat, just carefully move it. Doesn't need to be even, I like it to be a little bit uneven. Gives more life to the character. Just be careful so you don't take the tip all the way too deep into the snowman's head. Like so, and then we take the V tool and go around. like so. And that part is done. Now we just need to finish the scarf. I don't know if the name is scarf, but it might be. Because it's going under, then we want to take away a corner here to make it more of an effect. And here, take away that corner and the one underneath. We want to make this a little bit deeper, so we just take this tip of the knife and just go like so, and like so. Now we can remove. Like that. And then it's time to round over every little part we can find. To round over the bottom. All the way and clean up a bit like so. And then we want this one will be lower because it goes behind that one. Remove the edges, and here we need to take a bit more. Like so, just clean it up. We're going to take the V-tool around on the bottom also. But we first gonna get rid of all the edges. Like so. Then we will make the small details. Like so. One last use of the V-tool here. Like so. There we have our little snowman. Then we want the eyes to be quite big. Like so. And you can use your knife to take this out, or you can use a tool like this. It's perfect to just put the eye like so and like so. And then you just use your knife to clean up the last little pieces. like so. There we have a little snowman. And of course, don't forget to sign it. And he's done. And he will get some oil and be painted. And then afterwards I will decide if he will have a carrot or no carrot. So yeah, let's take the oil. We have linseed oil to use, and just drench him in a bit. In all the crevices. Then I let him sit in like 15 minutes, and then I dry him off just so the color will take, it won't be absorbed that much into the wood as it would be if I didn't oil him. All the way around. And on top we take a little bit extra because it soaks in very fast. Just take an extra layer there, and then he's gonna stand here and dry. And I will be back with the colors. And now we're back. About 15 minutes have passed, and we're gonna paint this little snowman. So let's start with the white. Take some white and some water to that, and mix it around. So I think I'm gonna make a black hat, white snowman, and a red scarf. Let's see if this is enough color. Might have been a little bit much water, but just paint 2 times. Rather a little bit too little than too much. You can always add some more. The goal is to be able to see the wood through, but not too much. Let that dry. We take the head. We're gonna paint into the eye sockets. We will add some black later, but we don't want the wood to show. Then turn him around and take the underside of the head. Like so. Need a little bit more up here. A little bit more here. We can add some to the bottom. It dries very fast, so it's good if you want to add more layers. Something like that. Not too much color, not too little. Might add more on this side. See the other side. Like so. Now it's quite even coated. A bit more here. It's quite hard to see sometimes because when it dries it absorbs into the wood. But the oil should help with that. So, and now let's clean that up and get some black. I think get some keep the snowman away when you mix it up so you don't splash on him like I just did. And let's do the hat. Can do the underside here first. Just carefully so we don't get any black on the white. Then the top of the rim. and then the main part of the hat. We can use a bigger brush. Let's take a wider one. If we can get some color, of course, like so. Like so. We have a finished hat. Just even it out a bit. You can also use some water if you want to even it out. But I don't think it's needed on this. Like so. And now we need a very fine pencil or brush. Very fine brush. Take some black into those eyes very carefully so we don't add too much outside the eye. Like so, and the other one. Like so. Then we have the hat done, the body down, and the eyes done. And now we're gonna paint some red. Wipe the black off. And then when we are done with everything, we're gonna add some white highlights, and then we're even gonna do it on the body, so it will be a little bit more white on some places. Add some water to the red and mix it around. Move him to the side. I have a bad habit of splashing color where it shouldn't be. So I need to move him around a bit. Might need more water. I don't think this is diluted enough, or it is. Yes, it is. Always start on the back side, and if it's too much color, you can add the water directly to the character, to the little snowman. That's why we put the oil on, because it doesn't, the color doesn't absorb as quickly as it would otherwise. like so. Then it's all painted, just a little bit more on this part. And there we have him, all the colors. Now we're gonna add some shades, and then we're gonna add the highlights. Just brush him over with some white, just so he looks a bit frosted, like coming out of the snow. Take just a little bit black, very, very little, and much water to that, because we want it really thin. I think this might even be too much color, so I might need to get some more water. Yeah, a little bit more. Yeah, that's better. Just take a little bit under the hat. This will be very, very light shadows. As they absorb into the wood, they will also become a little bit lighter. So let's start with adding one layer and see what happens. Just a little bit around everywhere. Then down here we add some, a little bit more on the scarf to make those little details a little bit more visible. And if it's too much on some place, you can always take just water and water it down, or dry it off, because it doesn't dry that fast. So just take a little bit of paper and take it away. And we want a little bit on the scarf too. It doesn't need to be very even, because in reality no shadows are that even. And there we have it, all the shadows are added. Might put some in the eyes too, just like so. You can take off the axis outside with your finger. Like so. And then we just need to add the highlights, and he will be done. And for the highlights, we just take some white, like so, and I have this makeup brush given to me by my wife, something she didn't use, I hope. Let's see. Then you just take and fill it up. And some paper, dry it off so it doesn't get too much. Then we start with the back side of the hat just to try it out. Just very carefully. You can always add more, but it's harder to remove while it's there. We just want the edges from the knife to show up a bit all around, and then on the rim. Like so. And then we take the middle of the snowman to make him a little bit frostier. Try to think all the places where snow might get stuck when he's outside is where I put the highlights. And of course on his body, because yeah, he's frosty. Something like that. And when he dries up, it will be a little bit more even, and it will fade a little bit, but oh, can't forget on the top, of course. Just very carefully. Like so. And there we have him. One completed little snowman or snow boy. I think this one will be without a carrot, because all the very young snowman haven't got their carrot yet. This one is a little bit older, so he has his carrot. That's how I tend to see it. So yeah, thanks for watching, and if you like the video, you can always leave a like and maybe subscribe if you want more, because there will be some more videos after this one. Have a nice evening, everyone. Bye.